Hello, brother Amechi Jonas. Thank you, Amechi. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome, my beloved sister Linda TV Show. Thank you.
Not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isobo. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
Welcome, 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 fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not followed this platform in a very long time, please continue to follow and make sure you renew your subscription and also your subscription so that you will be able to get notification each time I come online. Wherever you are watching from, more especially those who are watching from Biafra land, my special thanks goes to you as always. I will always continue to appreciate you that is watching from Biafra land, you that is standing in the face of the wall. I appreciate you. I thank you so much, and I pray that Chukwu Okike will continue to guide you, protect you, secure you, and give you more strength to continue to fight on until we get to our promised land. If you are watching from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, from Russia, from China, whichever part of the world you are watching us from, I say may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect you. I welcome you, and I say thank you for joining. Please, as you join, kindly like and share the program. like the program and share it to your platform. Share it to any WhatsApp group that you belong. Make sure you share to one person. Those who are watching now are those who are going to join us later on. Please share this program to everybody so they can get it. And remember, this platform is an autopiloted platform. Autopiloted in the hand of Chukwu Okike Abiama under the Biafra Republic government in exile, which is headed by our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the supreme leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is where I stand. Speaking the truth always, setting the record straight, debunking every lie against the Biafran people, against our Prime Minister, and against our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Letting the world know the true situation of things on the ground in Biafra land. We will not allow them to tell our story. We will tell our story by our own self. When your enemy tells your story, they will never tell it in the way that will favor you. They will never say the truth. That is why we have taken upon ourselves, all the media warriors under the Biafra Republic government in exile, we take it upon ourselves to continue to speak out on different platforms and set the record straight. We don't come here to do blackmail. We don't come here to attack individuals. We don't come here to speak lies or propaganda, blackmails. We don't come here to instigate unnecessary troubles. No, that is not what we do. What we do here is to encourage Biafrans and let them know the true direction to go. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect every one of you that have joined and those who are going to watch in the time to come. Please share the program. And today, we have come together today to talk about a very important issue as always. Today we want to talk about the reality of Biafra, and we'll give thanks and honor to those whom honor is due. That is what we do today. You that is watching me, any place you're watching me from, as long as you are a Biafran, and remember, before I proceed, I have to remind you, each time I mention Biafra, I am talking about the old southeastern region, which is the present south-south and the southeast with the lower Benue. Wherever you are in that area and your grandmother is tying 2 pieces of wrapper, you are a Biafran. And this message is for you. So, as I'm saying, anybody that is watching across the world, even if you're not a Biafran and you're watching, you have to know that this is the voice of Biafra speaking, bringing the true story of the Biafran people and how we feel about the situation of things in that zoological republic called Nigeria. The reality of Biafra. And giving honor to whom honor is due. One important reality today that you must have at the back of your mind, either you are a Biafra or not, have it at the back of your mind that Biafra is not dead. Biafra is very, very much alive, more than you can ever imagine. Biafra is living. Biafra is a state that have existed in the past, a country that have existed in the past, and continue to exist in every of our hearts. A country that have existed in the past for complete 3 years. They had every necessary thing that a country had to have. We had a president, we had our court of law, we had our money, our currency, we had our own government, we had our map, we have our national anthem, everything that makes up a government. We had our pledge, we had all of them. And our map is drawn bold. You can still see it and Google it up, you see the map of Biafra. So when we are talking about Biafra, it is not an imagination. It is not something that doesn't exist. We are talking about the Biafra that have existed for 3 good years, a country of its own, until we fought a war, 3 good years, existing as a country, recognized by some countries. Not until our forefathers were deceived, our elders were deceived, going into no victor, no vanquish. And you can't blame them. They try to give an opportunity for the Zoological Republic to make amends where they have made things wrong. They told us, no victor, no vanquish. That we can march together with them to forge ahead as a country. Our fathers decided to go into it, engage with them. And remember, General Effiong told them, General Effiong spelled it out to them that if you do not change in your attitude and you continue to behave the way you are behaving, that made us to have our own country called Biafra, our children will reactivate Biafra and Biafra will stand. And you cannot do anything about it. General Effiong told Gowon that to his face. And what did we see? Our fathers gave them the opportunity to make amends. They said no victor, no vanquish. And they agreed on the 3R: reconstruction, rehabilitation, and reintegration. Reintegration, reconstruction, and rehabilitation. We said, okay, let's give it a trial. And our fathers went along with them. From that very time, that very ceasefire was agreed on, up to this day, the Zoological Republic have never implemented any of the R, not even one. Among the 3R they promised to implement, they didn't implement any one, not even single one. And their dehumanization of Biafran people have even increased more than it was before. The loss of life of the Biafran people have increased. The marginalization have increased. The attacks on Biafran people have increased. The hatred have doubled. Whatever I'm saying, if you don't think it to be a truth, go and make your own verification. Even the criminal governor in Anambra State, when Atiku Abubakar went to campaign in his house, it is on video. On video, he reminded Atiku Abubakar about the 3R. I'm talking about Soludo, the president governor of Anambra State. When Atiku Abubakar went to campaign in this just finished election, his election they did, he was telling Atiku Abubakar to his face that the 3R has not been implemented, that he should implement it when he comes. So when I'm saying things, it is not because I'm making it up. And those 3R we talk about, when you talk about the reconstruction, every one of you know that before the Civil War in 1967, Biafra land was very vibrant. They have the best growing economy. Everything was moving fine in Biafra land. Development was fast growing. When the war came in 1967, they destroyed every single thing that we had, including our markets. We are burnt down. Roads destroyed, properties destroyed. They promised reconstruction, which is one of the R. Up to this day, nothing was reconstructed. Up to this day, there is no presence of federal government of Nigeria in Biafra land. Up to this moment, how many years? That is reconstruction. When you come to rehabilitation, from then till now, there has never ever been any rehabilitation in Biafra land. We were not rehabilitated. The men that fought for us, most of them died miserably. Most of them were frustrated. They left the countries. They went abroad. Some are still living abroad today. They ran away. The few of them that were left in that very contraption were not rehabilitated. Instead, they are always constantly reminding us of what they did to us during the Civil War. Even the late Muhammad Buhari, that the impost I just left few months ago, late Muhammad Buhari always pushed it at their neck that we know what happened in the Civil War, that they will not hesitate to do it again. He went ahead to tell us that we are a dot now, that the people in the river area have now promised them that they are going to deal with their own brother, the Igbo Biafrans. They did not rehabilitate anyone. Instead, they keep us bringing that memory in our head. They keep making us get mad at all times. There was no rehabilitation anywhere in Biafra land. Nowhere up to date. Then come to reintegration. In reintegration, they never, ever, ever reintegrate us into Nigeria up to this moment as I'm speaking. It is the Biafra people that by themselves reintegrated themselves, just the same way the Biafran people reconstructed their land. Every development you see in Biafra land today was done by the Biafran people. They reconstructed and developed their area by their own self. They rehabilitated themselves. And today, in reintegration, they were the people that reintegrated themselves. They went back to those places. Even when they got back, their properties were denied of them. So many of them lost their properties. They lost every livelihood, means of livelihood. And they started from scratch. Everything they have was taken away from them. 20 pounds was given to everybody that had money in the bank. No matter how many billions you have in the bank, you are entitled to 20 pounds only. We went back to work. We did our job with the grace of Chukwu Okarion, and we bounced back. Today, leading and holding the economy of that contraption. I am trying to remind you this for those who are watching, who are not Biafran, and for Biafrans who have forgotten. This is the story of the Biafran people. This is our story. They did not reintegrate us. We forced ourselves back to see if it's going to work. They rejected us. And they showed to us that we are not welcome at every given opportunity. That is why they never allow the Biafran people to participate in any key position. More especially the Igbo Biafrans, who were at the forefront of the war. They are not allowed to hold any key position in the contraption called Nigeria. It has gotten to the standard that today they are not even allowed to participate in their so-called selection. You saw what transpired in the past election. Everywhere where the Biafrans were, any day they feel that the person that is going to contest or going to be voted for is somebody from that area, it will be a different ball game. Telling you to your face that you have no right anywhere in that contraption, in that name called Nigeria, let alone casting a vote. The Biafran people have made every necessary effort to rescue this British Empire. The Biafran people have been the ones that have made the greatest sacrifice to see if this British Empire can be salvaged. But at every movement they make, it falls to the ground. It yields nothing. It has been happening again and again and continue to happen. And there is nothing you can do about that except we retrace our steps and begin to look for our own life. Think about our own interests as Biafrans. Every time the Biafran people have made a step to see if they can salvage this British entity, this British company, to turn it into a country, we have always made a resistance from the Fulani Caliphate, whom the British Empire is favoring. Starting from the time immemorial. The revolution of Kaduna Nzogu, which they translated to be an Igbo coup, was never a coup. It was a revolution which was meant to secure the life of the indigenous people in that contraption called Nigeria. The young military officers saw that the fraud that was happening in that contraption by the so-called politicians was so much. He saw that the plan they had was not to have an equal ground for everybody. They were trying to raise a bar and place some people above others, which is exactly what they have succeeded in doing in the present day. What you are seeing that is happening in the Zoological Republic today was what Kaduna Nzogu saw that made him to move for that revolution, which they tagged Igbo coup in 1966. It was never an Igbo coup. It was a revolution that was meant to save the life of the indigenous people and set a standard that is going to benefit everybody, regardless your religion, regardless your location, regardless your tongue, regardless of where you come from. That move was made by a Biafran, Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogu. When he made that move, what happened? It was truncated by the same British. The British manipulated people, including some Biafrans were manipulated to stop that movement, to secure the Zoological Republic for the favor of the citizens. It was truncated. And along the line, someone came on board again to see if things can be able to be straightened up and begin to walk on the right path. General Aguiyi came on board. General Aguiyi came on board, having a plain mind, having in mind that he wants to favor all the regions, trying to build on that very one Nigeria foundation, on that British Empire. Aguiyi came to build on it to favor the citizenry. But what happened? The British, with the Fulani Caliphate, never allowed him. General Aguiyi, one of the best generals in Africa, a war general trained not by name, not by claim, not by title, a war general qualified, one of the best generals you have in Africa, was murdered in cold blood. They took his life. And up to this date, General Aguiyi is not celebrated anywhere in the Zoological Republic. What crime has Aguiyi committed? Can you tell me the particular crime that Aguiyi committed that there is no place where you will see the symbol of his name? Instead, what you will see is a symbol of people that committed genocide, who have taken the life of innocent people. But somebody like General Aguiyi, a recognized general, one of the best, recognized in one of the best in the whole of Africa, he was murdered in cold blood. And his name was swept under the carpet. There's nothing to his name today. He's not remembered anywhere. But murderers, criminals are celebrated. Sani Abacha has a stadium to his name. Murtala Mohammed, a murderer, has an airport to his name. Even recently, criminals came together and they are planning to rename the Niger Bridge Buhari Bridge. What a shame. What a shame. And the Biafrans, including our governors who were present, people who knew that we have someone like Aguiyi, no entitlement to his name up to today. This is the story of Biafra. And this is why it has come to a time when the word that Effiong spoke to them have come to life. After seeing what they have done to our fathers, we said enough is enough. As if that was enough, even including Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, when he made effort to rescue the British Empire called Nigeria, at the end of the day, what happened? They made him a celebrating, a ceremonial president. They stripped him of all the powers and gave the powers to the North. And he accepted it. Even when he was the one who begged for the North even to join, he was stripped of the powers and the powers were handed over to the North. As if that is not enough, do you remember that our eternal leader, Dim Odumegwu, also made a move to secure one Nigeria? Our eternal leader, Dim Odumegwu, made a move to secure the Zoological Republic. After they have begun to take the life of the Biafran people, destroying lives and property, Dim Odumegwu went for an agreement. He never got for war. He took them all the way to Aburi in Ghana to have a discussion where they can have a safe ground, a balanced ground for every citizen of that country called Nigeria. And what Odumegwu went for, as far back as 1967-68, that is what they are clamoring for today in 2003. Restructuring. The restructuring that Dim Odumegwu talked about in 1967, that is what finally they are now clamoring for. That is how ahead we are. When we say we are 1,000 miles ahead of them, that is it. Kaduna Nzogwu saw what they are seeing today. What they are seeing today, experiencing today, is what Kaduna Nzogwu saw as far back as 1966. Nobody saw it. In Biafra, he saw that. He wanted to stop it. They didn't see it, but today they have seen it. Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu, in 1967, what he saw is what they are just seeing in 2003. And they are clamoring for it. That is how far ahead we are today. Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu tried to make amends and have this one Nigeria safe. Well, what did they do? They rejected it. And they brought war upon Biafran people. And you know what happened? We lost more than 5 million people. Until date, we are still losing. Our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano, still gave them the opportunity to salvage their so-called one Nigeria. When he told them, okay, you want restructuring, go and get me the restructuring. Let the Biafran people decide what they want. What did they do? Instead of going for that restructuring, they went ahead to plan on how to kidnap our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandekano. They brought Python dance. And of course, you know how many lives we lost in Python dance. That same Python dance, in the course of that person, that's how we lost the parents of Mazen Nandekano, his mother and his father. So many strong men were lost in Python dance. So many youths were lost in Python dance. And it is that move today that is still keeping Mazen Nandekano in solitary confinement. All in the name of trying to salvage the Zoological Republic. But in the present time, the world of Ephraim finally has come to life. The restoration of Biafra has come. In the era of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, whom Chukwu Okike have anointed through Mazen Nandekano. When Mazen Nandekano saw him, he shouted and cried. Just like John the Baptist said, when John the Baptist was baptizing Jesus, when he saw him, he said, this is the Lamb of God. This is the Lamb of God, before he baptized Jesus Christ. And a voice came and said, this is my beloved Son in whom I'm well pleased. That same scenario played out when Mazen Nandekano set his eye on Mazi Simon Ekpa. He said, this is the man. He is bringing the new dimension into the struggle. Listen to him. Follow him. And today, here are we. The restoration of Biafra finally has kicked off. And in this era, what we are trying to push is the restoration of Biafra and nothing else. We have nothing to do with their so-called one Nigeria. It doesn't matter how beautiful the template you want to give us is. We do not want to have any discussion to do with anybody that is called a politician in this era. The prophecy of Ephraim finally is alive. My special thanks goes to every Biafran hero that has fought in the past. Every Biafran hero that have fought in one way or the other in the past. Every hero from Biafra extraction that have fought in one way or the other. Regardless your tribe, your religion, your qualification, your levels, both the children, mothers, fathers. I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to console them and keep them strong. As we have now activated the restoration of Biafra fully, your spirit has a lot to do. I know they are watching. I know they are watching. I know General Ephraim is watching wherever he is, and he will be happy. I know Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu will be happy wherever he is. I know they will be happy. I know our children that we are starved to death will be happy wherever they are. They will be proud of us. They will say, yes, we have been waiting for this time. They are not silent. And I know they are fighting along with us spiritually. That is why I tell you people, see beyond the physical. See beyond the physical. That is the only way you can be able to allow the spirit of Biafra show you what is going on. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandekano. May Chukwu Okike continue to strengthen, empower, Give more wisdom to our Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Indonesia, Mazi Simon Ekpa, who is standing in the forefront, taking the bullet, right, left, and center, spiritual and physical. In this era, there's nothing you can do to bring him down. He is far, far, far ahead. Mazi Simon Ekpa is far, far, far ahead of every one of you that is trying to pull him down. Just like you saw Chukwu Manzogo, seeing what will happen ahead of time. Dim Odubo Ojukwu, seeing what will happen ahead of time. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, seeing what will happen ahead of time. Today, in the era of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, we will not only see what is going to happen, but we are going to put our hand together and make that thing happen in our present. Every prophecies and revelation is going to manifest in our own time. Every prophecy and revelations will manifest in this our own time. It doesn't matter what the enemy says. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you think and what you are thinking or what you are putting forward doesn't make any sense. We are not moved by sight. We are moved by the spiritual things that happen around us, by the Spirit. And those that are standing with us are more than those you can see with your eyes. If your eyes is open and you see those who are pushing Biafra, spiritually, if you see them, you have no choice than to continue to kneel down every morning and thank Chukwu Okike Abiama for making you part of this struggle today. Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to glorify you, will continue to praise you. You are the source of our strength and our energy. I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama, who has made it possible today. Our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in most of his broadcasts, he has made it clear that he doesn't worship idol. That is why I love that man so much, and I can put my life on the line for him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he says it again and again. Unequivocally, he doesn't try to beautify it. He doesn't try to make you look. It doesn't matter whom you are. That he doesn't worship any idol, and he will never bow to any idol. That his loyalty is to Chukwu Okike Abiama, who made heaven and earth, the Almighty Creator. Chukwu Okike, that is the only place the loyalty of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. And he has told us on several occasions that if we must succeed to make Biafra a reality, that we must put Chukwu Okike Abiama first. No matter what you are doing, that's your charm, incantation, and whatever you have, we don't have a problem with it. Whatever you think you put your hand in, we don't have a problem with it. Whatever you think you're using to protect yourself, we don't have a problem with it. But the foundation of this struggle that will give you the faith to succeed and move is to have it in mind that with God, all things are possible. Have it in mind that Chukwu Okike Abiama come first. Without him giving permission to everything you think you use to guide yourself or protect yourself, you are nobody, including the person that is giving you coverage. By the time you use Chukwu Okike Abiama as a frontline defender, if you use Chukwu Okike Abiama as a frontline defender, no weapon of the enemy, no atomic bomb will get to you. It is only then and then that whatever thing you are using is going to be effective. But when you take the glory that belongs to Chukwu Okike Abiama, you begin to give to human being and selfish thing, that marks your failure. And I tell you, the bullet of the enemy will hit you and you're going to fall. Take it from me. If you put anything first before Chukwu Okike Abiama, it doesn't matter what you think you are using to protect yourself. The only thing that will make it effective is that, first of all, know that Chukwu Okike Abiama is on top of the whole game. He is the leader. He is the front line. He is your backup. Whatever thing that you bring behind is just for your own, it's just minor. When you have that at the back of your mind that he is the pillar, you are good to go. If you have not shared this broadcast, I beg you in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama, share this broadcast. Machi Bosa, thank you so Bosa. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. If you have not shared this broadcast, share it in any WhatsApp group that you belong, family and friends, your own platform, even to our enemies, share to them. Today, in the era of restoration of Biafra that we are, it is not, when we say Biafra is going to come in 2023, we look beyond the physical. We look beyond the physical, and we don't just say it, we pray and we are relaxed. We are working 247 to make it a reality. You have to join in that work. As for our Prime Minister, who pronounced that very statement, our Prime Minister is having a sleepless night. He's working 24/7 for the restoration of Biafra. In fact, restoration of Biafra today is his own career. He engages in meeting, even as you are watching me talking, he's still in a meeting. Anytime you see he doesn't come to a broadcast, he's having a meeting. Anytime he's not having a meeting, he's broadcasting. 24/7, walking around the clock. And you owe him your prayer. You owe him your prayer. You owe him your loyalty. You owe him your love. Give honor to whom honor is due. It doesn't matter. You can be jealous. Naturally, human being can be jealous. You can say anything you want to say, but that cannot change the fact. It doesn't change the fact. Your jealousy, your hatred, your backbiting, your blackmail and envy can never change the fact. It cannot make the truth to become a lie. No. The truth remains the truth. That the only man standing out today, making the ultimate sacrifice in the front line, bringing the Biafra struggle to the platform, to the world stage where everybody has to continue, is Master Simon Ever. Our Supreme Amazon Nandekano has brought Biafra to a high level where the whole world will see. And today, our Prime Minister is holding that very level, making sure that it doesn't slide down. The plan of the enemy, why they kidnap Mazi Nandekano, is to make sure that your voice and my voice dies down. To make sure that that Biafra that the whole world have been talking about is silenced. Is to make sure that Biafra looks to people as something that is dead. But the appearance of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa have removed Biafra and kept Biafra on that level that he's supposed to be, expanding it, giving it wings, giving it the breath, and making sure that it becomes stronger than it was before. And every one of us, we have to continue to pray for him. If there is nothing else you can do for him, your prayers is needed. Your loyalty is needed. When we talk about the restoration of Biafra, it's in your hand. It's in my hand. He can't do it alone. Without you, he cannot do it. You need to play your part. There is a role you have to play to make Biafra a reality. There is a role you have to play. And the earlier you wake up and begin to play that, the better for you. Every one of us has a responsibility. And when it comes to the level of Biafra we are today, there are people that you must give accolade to. The Umuada of Biafra. Every member of Umuada should be remembered and be prayed for. Every single member of that Umuada team that you saw them on video, you saw them online. And the most interesting thing is that we have passed the time when people are hiding their faces, when people will just hide under the keyboard. The bravery of the Biafran today has become what it's supposed to be. The people you see today in the Biafran struggle are the people that are qualified to wear Isiago, both their men and their women. They are the ones that are qualified, unlike the lily-leafed people that you see that are wearing red caps and Isiago, cowards everywhere. The qualified people today that has the right to wear Isiago and appear with it any place is the present people who are agitating in the Biafra Republic Government in exile, putting their face on the line. Every one of us have to applaud the Umuada, and more especially their leader, Honorable Charles Azuka Wanko. Honorable Azuka, We should applaud her. She is doing a great work. She was able to assemble a strong team. And when Mazen Nandekano told you that once you see our women rise up, that is it. Know that we are good to go. When you see the strength of that woman, you see her wisdom, her boldness. That is what a Biafran woman is supposed to be. That is what Biafran women are known for. That is the original picture of a Biafran woman. They are not cowards, just like their husbands. They are not scared. They are not hindered. They don't feel intimidated. They don't feel sidelined. They go to the one front when they need to. And every one of us has to applaud Honorable Charles Azoka Nwankwo. She has been doing a great job. Today, she is our defense minister. And you know what that means? For a woman to be a defense minister, you must know that she has a lot of qualities. You must know that she has seen it all. For her to occupy that position, you must know that she has seen it all. And you see the great success we are making on the ground. We must give honor to whom honor is due. Every member of the Umuada from A to Z, every single one of them, they deserve our love and our praise. Continue to remember them in your prayer on a daily basis. Do not hesitate in praying for them. With every little opportunity you have, do not hesitate to pray for them. The Biafra today is not like the Biafra you are hearing about yesterday. The Biafran people who have come into the restoration of Biafra in 2023 is something like you have never seen before. These are people that are focused. These are people who say something and they mean it. These are people who are not talking because they want to talk, who are not talking about Biafra because others are speaking about it. These are people who are speaking and fighting for Biafra because it belongs to them. They take Biafra as their business. The same thing with the people you see in the Biafra Republic government in exile. Every member of the cabinet take Biafra as their business. Every member of the media, the Biafra Republic government in exile media, every one of us take Biafra as our business. That is why we broadcast and we speak about Biafra. Even when we are asleep, any place you wake us up, we talk about it and we give you points, relevant points that you need to know. That is why we broadcast and speak about Biafra without being cajoled, without being paid, without anybody writing a script for us. We don't need a script to talk about Biafra. We don't need a script to know what to say. All we need to do is to engage Biafrans. That is why you see the media engaging in a radical evangelism, which you yourself that is watching me is part of. Every one of you that is watching me here, every member of the autopilot, every one of you on the comment section writing, you are part of that very restoration process. That is why I urge you to make sure you share our broadcast to at least one person. Share it in any WhatsApp group you belong. Share it. Make sure you reach out even to our enemies. That is what it's called radical evangelism. You are part of it. You cannot be radical in your evangelism if you don't believe in Biafra. If you sincerely, from the deep down in your heart, you believe in Biafra, I don't need to beg you to share. You know that that is a responsibility on your shoulder, that you have to share and make sure that the message gets across to everyone that needs to get that message. Every one of us have a role to play. Give honor to whom honor is due. My respect. Honor goes to Chukwu Okike Abiama first of all. Chukwu Okike Abiama who liveth in heaven. I will continue to worship him all the days of my life. In him alone, we have our trust. In him alone, we have our strength. Only Chukwu Okike Abiyama will decide our fate. When he says we move, we move. When he says we stop, we stop. We don't walk by sight, we walk by the Spirit. That is why we speak with boldness. Even in a challenging time, even in a difficult time, even when we are weak, when we feel weak, even when we see things that will make us to run away, even when we see things that will make us change our mind, we are still standing firm because we know who sent us. Chukwu Okike Abiyama never fails. And one with God is majority. Who has the final say? Of course, Chukwu Okike Abiyama has the final say. And because he has promised and said that this is the time for the restoration, that is why we don't look back on moving. So our special thanks, our worship goes to Chukwu Okike Abiyama who liveth in heaven. And once again, our respect and continuous respect goes to our eternal leader, Dim Odumegwu, wherever he is. We will always remember him. We will always appreciate him for the good work he has done. Our special thanks goes to General Effiong, who was the second in command to Dim Odumegwu during the Civil War. He did a marvelous work, gave marvelous speech, stood by his own brothers against all odds, against all the attack and intimidation. He stood firm until the last hour. Our special thanks goes to every child, every soldier, every man or woman that lost his life during the Civil War in 1967. We will never forget. We will always remember you people and we celebrate. And you are the reason why we must not give up. This time we will not surrender. No matter what happens, we will not. Because of you, we will not surrender. Not again. Not anymore. And our special regard goes to everyone that have lost his life in this era of our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Everyone that have lost his life, every brave soldier, every Biafran that have lost his life, every member of IPOB have lost his life, that have lost because of Biafra. We remember you and we appreciate you. We will not fail to recognize Ikonso and all the commanders that have lost their life in order to secure us. We will not forget. We will not forget. You will all be remembered and celebrated. You will all be remembered and celebrated. We will never forget the parents of our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who gave their life. And when they left us, Chukwu Okike Abiyama told Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, here is it, go and take it. It is time. Their death confirmed the coming of Biafra. We will never forget them. We will never forget. We will always appreciate their sacrifice and we will remember them. Our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is now in solitary confinement, facing persecution. Our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is in solitary confinement, being tortured on daily basis. They are torturing him. Even as you are watching me, he's still going on undergoing torture. And he remained consistent in requesting for what he wants. Even in the face of the trouble, in the territory of the enemy, he still tells them to their face, I want Biafra. Let my people go. He told them to their face, Biafra is not negotiable. At the expense of his life, even when his life was on the line, he said, Biafra is not negotiable. My salute to our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Respect. Give honor to whom honor is due. I will always respect him. I will always stand by him. I will always speak on his behalf. And Chukwu Okike Abiyama will continue to guide and protect him. He will definitely join us alive and well. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will raise the flag of Biafra very soon, very soon. Not for too long. He is going to raise the flag of Biafra. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter what anybody does. It doesn't matter the angle you are coming from. I told you, we don't walk by sight, we walk by the Spirit. My respect to Mazen Nandekam, wherever he is. And I know, he is going to join us very, very soon. And in the present era, as we are heading on into Biafra in 2023, Mazen Nandekam anointed somebody to pilot that ship. Our Prime Minister, Mazen Simon Ekpa. I respect you. My respect goes to you. I recognize your effort. And every one of us, Biafrans, genuine Biafrans, we recognize your effort and sacrifice. We appreciate everything you are doing. Regardless the attack, the obstacle, the temptation, the hindrances, the blackmail, yet you have remained consistent in your words. You have refused to get distracted. They call you names. They dehumanize you. They call you a criminal. They call you a terrorist. All manner of names. You didn't care. They insulted you, tried to destroy your business, tried to destroy your career. You had your good life in Finland, doing very, very well with all the connections that a human being living on this earth today wants. You have everything to make life easy for yourself in Finland. You are connected to the highest authority in Finland. And yet, you left all those things aside. You are focusing on the life of your own brothers and sisters to make sure that they are saved and secure. If you decide not to fight for Biafra today, you have not been lacking and you will not lack. In fact, you will even, more road will even open. If you decide today that you will not talk about Biafra, you are already connected to authorities where people are lobbying to have. The connection that people are lobbying to get, you got all of them in your pocket. You have everything that life can give, but yet you kept them aside and you are receiving insult to make sure that Biafra comes and becomes a reality. You are receiving all the blackmails. You don't mind. You descend so low to talk to everybody, even those who cannot stand you. Yet, you are not deterred. We know that so many able men of Biafra have come into this struggle in the past and they ran away because of the miscreant that insulted them. So many people have come into this restoration of Biafra in the past. Genuinely, in their heart, they came genuinely to restore Biafra. But when they saw that the whole place were filled by miscreant who doesn't know their left and right, they can insult you, they can call you name, people will degrade you, they will go to the extent of running into your own family, talking about your family and your businesses. That is how bad it is. So many people who have tried to come in, they ran away because they couldn't stand the heat. So many genuine Biafrans who came out to help Mazen Nandekam could not stand the heat. They disappeared. And so many, even up to today, are still lying low. They don't want to show their face. They don't want to speak openly. Not because they are afraid of the enemy. They are afraid of what the way they will be talked to by their own brothers. But look at you. You are taking all the shame, taking all the bullets, taking all the attack, taking all the insult, and moving ahead to rescue the same people that are pulling you down. I thank you very well. Thank you so much. May Chukwu Okike continue to be with you. There is nothing I can offer to you, nor any Biafra can offer to you. The only thing we pray for you is that Chukwu Okike will give you long life in the land of living and make sure that every of your heart desire will be fulfilled. Our prayer for you is strength. Our prayer for you is wisdom. Our prayer for you is knowledge. Our prayer for you is understanding. That is all we have to offer. And we pray that Chukwu Okike will continue to give you that mental toughness to ride on until we get into the promised land. And I know that yes, we are going to get there very, very soon. I appreciate our mother and sister, the Minister of Defense, Honorable Azuka Charles Mwankwo, wherever she is, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to strengthen her. We have nothing to give to you. All we have to say is that we love you the same way you love us. And we will do everything possible to make sure that this journey is a successful one. As you are putting your effort, our prayer will go with you. Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to protect you and your family. No weapon formed or fashioned against you shall prosper. You are going to succeed. In anything you lay your hand upon, it will succeed. The same way we appreciate every member of the Umuada, everyone in that Umuada, every one of them. Our special thanks go to Umuada. They deserve our thanks. They deserve our love. They deserve our prayers. They have made a great difference. In case you don't know, they have made so many things possible today. They are the reason why you can speak boldly. They are the pillar that is holding the struggle, making sure that it doesn't fall. Even in the heavy rain, even in the heavy cloud, in the heavy storm, they were still there. Holding the hands of our supreme leader, holding the hands of our prime minister up to make sure he doesn't get tired. I appreciate every one of you, and I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect every one of you. And all my fellow comrades on media, everyone in the media, in the autopilot media, that are today working fully for Biafra Republic Government in exile, you have done well. You have fought like men and continue to fight. Never relent. Biafrans appreciate you. Continue on that path. Victory is sure. No matter the attack, blackmail, are they going to try to bribe you? Of course they will. Are they going to try to confuse you? Of course they will. We have seen many people fall away. In the media, we have seen people in the media fall away. People that has information. People who are supposed to know better. But at the end of the day, they still fall away. So if you are standing today in the media, I appreciate you. The Biafrans pray for you. The Biafrans wish you well. The Biafrans pray for your protection. Pray for your spirit to continue to stand firm. That spirit to be able to discern and know the right and wrong and speak the truth at all times. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to increase it in you. No matter what the enemy does, we will succeed. Are there going to be challenges? There will be challenges. Are there going to be obstacles? There will be obstacles. Are there going to be some failures? There will be some failures. There will be some fallout. But at the end, victory is sure. Because we know who sent us. Chukwu Okike Abiama said we should go. And there's no reason why we should be afraid when we are going. Chukwu Okike Abiama said we should take the front line. There's no reason why we should take the back line. Biafra is going to be a reality. The prophecy of Ephion is coming to pass. That word that Ephion spoke, if you don't treat them well, if you don't treat their children well, they're going to fight back. And you can agree with me that we have never been treated well since that civil war up to date. Instead, the dehumanization have increased, loss of life have increased, abuse have increased, insult and hatred and attack have increased. And in this generation, we can't have it anymore. The time has come for us to walk out of this very contraption. The time is now, not tomorrow. If you have not keyed in, I'm sorry. The train have left the station. If you are a Biafran and you have not keyed in yet in this exit, in the exodus of Biafra, I'm sorry. We have left. It's left for you to find your way, how you're going to catch up. If you're a Biafran and you have not joined this train of exit, I am sorry. There's nothing we can do. Just find your way to see how you can catch up. If you do, fine. If you don't, you choose your own path. I appreciate everybody that has joined us on this very broadcast today. As we are walking out of the zoo, remember our seat at home. Civil disobedience is one of the strongest key that we have. We use the civil disobedience to kickstart everything that we want to do. We use it as a kickstart of every action that we run. That is why you must pay attention to it. When you hear sit at home, pay attention to it. It is very important. Something is about to happen. And the only way you can be saved is for you paying attention. If you pay attention to every information, you will be saved. If you pay attention, you will be saved. You have no reason to regret. My prayer today is that every one of us alive today will witness Biafra. My prayer is that every one of us alive today will sing the national anthem of Biafra together with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It is going to happen, and you are going to make it happen. I thank everyone that have joined us on this platform today. Wherever you are watching from, I appreciate you, and I say, may Chukwu Okike guide and protect you. All the Biafrans, may Chukwu Okike protect you. Anyone that is genuinely seeking for freedom, regardless your nationality, regardless your religion or your location, you will see freedom in your lifetime. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Umuada. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect all our media warriors. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect all the members of ESN. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect all our Liberation Army, the BNL and their leaders. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect every member of the cabinet of Biafra Republic Government in exile. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect them. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, wherever he is. We pray for more wisdom, knowledge, understanding, strength. Every battle that will come to him, spiritual and physically, may Chukwu Okike take charge and fight the battle for him. We pray for our Supreme Leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, wherever he is. We commit Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in the hand of Chukwu Okike for divine grace, for divine protection, for divine healing, for long life in the land of the living. We know that Chukwu Okike must send him on a mission, and he will accomplish his mission. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going to join us, and we know it's going to be very soon. No weapon formed or fashioned against the Biafran people shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Thank you so much for watching wherever you're watching from. See you again in the evening. If you have time, you join me on King David Exploit Expose. I'm going to be broadcasting there in the evening on my Facebook page. That is where I broadcast on daily basis in the evening. And in the morning hours, I broadcast here on my YouTube channel. Join us in the evening so that we can continue from there to make exploit and say, explain certain things, play certain videos to explain some things you have forgotten for you. I thank you for joining. Thank you for your participation on this very program. I will see you again next time. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.